And to a bit of entertainment, Nigerians were apparently saddened by the fact that none of the 8 Nigerian artists nominated in different categories of the 66th Grammy Awards, which was held at the Peacock Theatre, Los Angeles, United States of America. Shortly after the event, the social media space was set agog with many Nigerians expressing divergent views about the outcome of the recognition event. This was even as many cautioned artists to stop looking to the Grammy for validation and also make a Nigerian platform stronger. Well, I have joining me to discuss this, the label manager, Universal Music West Africa, Jem Udoma. Glad to have you join us on the news this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, it was quite shocking that Nigeria did not win anything at the Grammy. Nigeria, which seems to be the bane of music in Africa. But let's begin with your assessment of the Grammy Awards generally.
Okay, so I think the Grammy Awards have done what they planned to do. The center focus was never Nigeria. Nigeria was more like an afterthought.
Okay.
You understand? Grammy is not our thing. It's not our show. It's not our event, right? The red flag for me was starting from when the African performance category was created. We have a very rich culture, very rich music culture in Africa. We have different genres of music in Africa. We have Afrobeat, we have Amapiano, we have Rumba, we have lots of genres, Makossa. And then you mock up all these genres into just African performance. That's already a red flag. Other genres are separated. There's R&B, there's pop, there's hip hop. But when it comes to African music, all African music genres are mocked up into one. And it didn't start today. It started from way back.
Well, talking about the fact that you said Africa was an afterthought at the Grammy, there was also a sort of a mistake where when Tyla was receiving our award, a Fela song was played. This raises questions about the fact that do they even rate Africa as a continent? You know,
for a show that is prepared over 1 year, it is weird to have that kind of scenario. Do you want to tell me that there's no one in the technical crew that understood the difference between the music
that was not a mistake?
Well, what kind of mistake could it be? What kind of mistake? That's a very heavy flaw that should not be forgiven so easily. Because if you can't tell the difference between Tyla and Fela and Nicola Bokoti, then there's a problem. It means that you don't even know what you're judging. How did you even judge the music?
Well, we also have other Nigerians talking on social media about the fact that we keep looking at the Grammy for validation. And, you know, we've gotten to the time where even they themselves try to, you know, feature with other Nigerian artists just to make as much as they can from the music. What do you have to say about this?
I think it's our moment.
Okay.
The spotlight is on us. And it's on us to build our ecosystem. If we don't build our music ecosystem, we'll keep falling back to them for validation. What you give relevance becomes relevant. If we build our system, they'll come to us. International artists are coming to our market to collaborate with our artists. That's because of the amount of demand that is on our music currently. And this is not only on the artists. You see that international labels like where I work as well.
Okay.
In our market, the reason we are in the market is because African music, Afrobeats, Nigerian music is important now. The spotlight is on us, and we have to make good use of the moment.
Well, this also raises issue about unity in Africa. To an extent, even Tyla, who won, part of Africa were not also happy with the fact that she won, raising questions about whether she was actually, you know, eligible to win at that point. And we can say some of the cultural differences that we have in Africa sort of channeled it to the match with Africa and with Nigeria and South Africa.
Well, football is football. The match is the match. Tyla's credibility is not in question here.
Okay.
What's in question? What should be put under test is the credibility of the people that judged our music. The people who judge the music are music executives in the US, based in the US, who consume US music so much that they barely know what happens in Africa.
Well, we still have a lot of time. We have a lot of phones to prove our worth to these people. Well, I've been speaking to the label manager, Universal Music West Africa. That's Jem Udoma. Thank you for joining us on the news at this time.
Thank you very much for having me.